This is a scary time for a lot of people, not just in Alberta, but right across the country.
Unrelenting flames in Canada have already scorched an area about the size of Belgium.
Some of the most dramatic wildfires Canadians have ever seen.
This is having a far-reaching and dramatic impact on air quality.
Canada is on track to have its most destructive wildfire season in history. Cities across the country are under a thick haze of smoke, with fires burning from the east to the west coast. More than 400 fires, and less than half are under control. Overwhelmed Canadian firefighters have drafted help from crews in France, the US, Portugal, Spain, Mexico, Australia and New Zealand. Tens of thousands of people have been evacuated. Over 3 million hectares have burned and it's not letting up.
There was smoke and some of the young people were getting sick.
And all that smoke is crossing the border, darkening the skies up and down the US East Coast. Yesterday, New York City was only second to Delhi for the worst air quality in the world.
In just the last hour, we've watched Lower Manhattan and One World Trade Center disappear completely into the smoke.
And while politicians argue over whether climate change is to blame, everyday people are bracing for what's gearing up to be a scorching northern summer.
Well, Sophia Johnson is a Kiwi comedian who lives in Vancouver and she's joining us from there now. Sophia, how are things looking?
Well, yeah, you know, another day, another major disaster caused by climate change. So great. Yeah. But only we don't have like a mayor that we can get really angry about and blame. So that's like kind of worse for us.
What's the mood like among people over there in Vancouver? I imagine it's all anyone can talk about.
Sadly, this has become pretty normal. The thing that's different about this year is that that's early and the smoke advisory warnings went out today. So I guess in the next few days we'll be drowning in smoke. So,
do they have like a smoke forecast similar to a weather forecast since it's a regular occurrence now?
Yeah, they do. They do. They're pretty good with the texts. So you get climate text for heat warnings, and you also get, I guess, a forecast that you get the air quality warnings as well. So like, be careful. You know, don't go outside. They advise you to keep all the windows and doors closed, and if possible, yeah, have an air conditioner or something like that. And they have during the heat waves, because yeah, people die during the heat waves just from that, not necessarily from the smoke. They have community buildings and safe spaces for people to go so that they can cool down and breathe. So, yeah.
How are the next couple of days looking?
The next couple of days. Yeah, I think as I was walking home from my show to come and do this, I just started to see a little bit of the smoke coming in. So I think worse. I mean, it's just very hot right now, so.
And if you remove the environmental catastrophe element, does the sky look pretty cool?
Absolutely, yeah. So it's like living in a Blade Runner scenario, but without Harrison Ford. So no, it's exciting as a foreigner, I guess. Like the first few years, I was like taking lots of pictures of the bloody sun and the smoke, and now I'm kind of like, oh, this is a little bit less cool.
Stay safe over there, Sophia. Thank you for talking to us.
Thank you. Bye.
It would be very unnerving, I think, to be in North America at the moment, even if you weren't exactly where the fires were. Do you guys remember when Auckland went orange? Auckland and Northland went completely orange. For the Aussie fires, yeah. And I felt like we didn't talk about it for very long because COVID came right on the back of it and we sort of started dealing with that disaster. But it was a very eerie time in New Zealand.
It was. It was sort of the beginning of, not the end because we're still going, but we're in the ending, right? And I feel like since then we're just waiting for everything to get back to normal, and there's been this slow erosion of hope that will happen, and let's just enjoy what we've got.
I'm really glad you put that cute little cherry on.
Yeah, let's enjoy the end.
Well, more uplifting messages from Guy coming up.